Friday. Yes, it's a beautiful Friday morning in the city of Lagos. This is Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. Today is the 20th day in the month of June, and I get to relax. You know, when it gets to Friday, I get to relax because, of course, working Monday to Fridays and then the weekends are here. But it's going to be a stretched weekend for me. Welcome to the show this morning. I am Princess Joy Ayo Abu. Value is a show that talks about your relationship, my relationship, everything that has to do with your family. Like I usually say, the controversial topics you don't want to talk about it on the show. We discuss it, we dissect it here. We have beautiful guests, and today promises to be cool, calm, and collected. You know how our Fridays are always on the show. We bring in very young, vibrant youths to help us with the topic. But today's topic will be calm, cool, and collected. Oh my God, it's Friday, and I miss Mama Jensi. I'm talking of Olori AJ, but I'll get to see her today. Yeah. So this is sending my condolence. This is my condolence message to the Salako family. Oh, they are burying someone very dear to them, and that's why Mama Jensi Olori has been on leave, because it's like a mother to her, not like a mother, her mother actually that raised her up. So to all the Salako family, to Olori AJ, to Mama Jensi, as we call you, we are asking that as you lay her to rest, may her soul rest in peace, and may you all live long to see your great-great-grandchildren. As you bury her and give her a befitting burial, we are praying that all the resources you have spent will be replenishing, yes, and after that, God will sustain everyone. So this is our family. This is Family and Values, what we talk about. We grieve with you, we party with you, we celebrate with you, and now we are grieving with the Salako family as they lay their mama to rest. She is over 92 years over that celebration of life. So as we celebrate her life, we pray for more greater years for the children ahead. Okay, I have a birthday shout out this morning from our very own Crown. Yeah, our cameraman. If you know Crown, I like to see him a whole lot, even though he's not ready to get me my complimentary. But that's by the way, he's sending a birthday shout out to Latif Titilayo. Oh, Latifat Titilayo. Okay, Crown is wishing you happy birthday. As we celebrate more years, we are praying for more grace, more sustainability. Family and Values celebrate with you. I personally celebrate with you, and we are praying that God will give you more grace ahead of you. To everyone celebrating anniversary, birthday shout outs, those that will be doing their civil rights in their civil marriages or the registry today, we are wishing you a happy married life ahead. Please, as you celebrate, remember that you could always touch lives around you. So quickly this morning while I was on my way to work, something happened. You see, sometimes when you are being empathetic, it gives you the spirit to look out for one another. I saw this young school chap that caught my attention. Now he was on the road and his 500 fell in the express. And the little boy was screaming and crying, rushing to go pick up that money. And I saw an elderly man. Now it was the elderly man from the elderly man held the boy back, moved steps forward, picked the money, put it in his pocket and brought out 1,000 naira. And then told the boy something. I was waiting and he said, this is just small compared to what you have ahead of you. So if this 500 naira had gone and you wanted to encourage that, they not what's 500 naira compared to life? So you see, and it gave him double of what he wanted to lose. So that thing just taught me a very big lesson this morning. Watch out for one another. Alright, let's go into the business of the day. Let's go now. Let me return. I have a very beautiful, elegant seated dancer here to have this conversation with me. Don't get me wrong, right back. Welcome back to the show. This morning we are going to be discussing trust, loyalty, and betrayal. Trust, loyalty, and betrayal. Come on. Somebody is wondering why did we match these three words together? The reason being that when you trust someone, within your loyalty, and at the end, when your heart is broken, betrayal sets in. Even in the course of loyalty and trust, there are always betrayals along the line. And so this morning we said, okay, let's have this conversation. We're not going to shake any table. We are going to be as calm, as collected as we can be, because come on, we just have two ladies here. And I have a very beautiful damsel seated and let's see what she walked into this today. You know, when somebody walks in with elegance, charisma, oh my goodness, I will take something from her. There's no like to take from all my first guests, but don't worry. Let me introduce our guest to you. We have Merit Jones. Your surname you were saying is
Everywhere.
And I was asking, that sounds Rivers.
Actually, it's actually a Delta. It's a Delta name. Yeah, name. That's because
I know they are the ones that used to answer all those go. So they are the ones that used to answer that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for making our time to be our guest this morning.
You're welcome. Honored.
Okay, so we are discussing trust, loyalty, and betrayal. And I want to ask now, differentiate these three words. What is trust, what is loyalty, and what is betrayal? So that our viewers will have a broader knowledge of what we are discussing this morning.
Okay, trust. I would say trust is a firm belief, a firm strength, a conviction that you have in someone. You know, when you can vouch for this person, like, okay, yes, this person, I can give my all. I can be sure that this person will go all in, that if it's this person, I'm very sure of him. So while I would say, loyalty is you're committed to someone, you're faithful to someone or to something or a cause you get. When you say, this cause, I am all in with this cause. Then betrayal is simply a deliberate act of disloyalty, like emphasis on deliberate. It is a calculated effort. You don't just say, oh, no, I just suddenly I didn't know. No. You thought about it before you did it. It's an action. So you already thought about it before you carried it out.
I love the fact that you said it's a deliberate. That means the person was self-conscious. The person knew about it. So it's a deliberate thing. But then how can loyalty be built and maintained in a relationship? And what is the role of trust in all of this? You know, see, when we talk about loyalty, it's something that has been built over time. You build it from one stage to another. Before you get to that point where you say, I give my all, I give my everything to this person. It's a process, right? And in that process, there are cases where you've had to doubt with your trust level. Do I trust this person enough to give my heart? Do I trust this person enough to drop in all? Now, how can it be maintained? And what is the role of trust in all of this?
Okay, so, when we hear loyalty, most oftentimes we associate loyalty with commitment, with infidelity, that, oh, this person is loyal to me, so he's not cheating. But loyalty actually goes beyond cheating. It goes beyond saying, oh, this person cheated on me. Like the first example or the first way you can build loyalty with person, even if it's romantic relationship or a partnership whatsoever, is first of all, you have to speak good about this person, even if it's behind them, even if it's whatsoever, like be ready to defend them. When somebody come and talk about them, like you stand and know, this person, this is my partner, this is who he is. You can vouch for this person. You don't just say you are loyal to somebody and then you are backlashing them. That's not loyalty. You're not being loyal to them. Secondly, I would say you should be supportive. You say, yes, you are loyal to this person. You have to be supportive to this person. Is it emotionally, financially, physically? You are all out for them. Let them feel you and like, yes, this person is my go-to person. When I call this person will be there. And then the next thing I would think about is, making decisions. You said this person is your person. So you want to make certain decisions, certain, life decisions, and out of the blue, you just make decision. And when did you do this? You say, oh, sorry, it just came up. No, it didn't just come up. You thought about it. You planned it before doing it. But when you carry this person along, person will feel carried along, you feel like, yes, this person is putting me in part of his plan, you will feel loved, you feel entitled. Then the next would be that you are very calculated you are very deliberate of your partner. You follow you support the person whatsoever the person does. You are contributing to their growth. You get. So that's what I would say.
Now, I love how you brought in loyalty. Like you said, a lot of people, when you talk about loyalty, the first thing is, oh, he's cheating on me, he's not faithful. I don't have a faithful partner, so that means he's not loyal. I don't have this, that means the person is this and that. But I love the angle you have brought it in. But now let's talk about the master of all betrayal. I love it when you said it was a deliberate thing.
Yeah.
That means the person sat down, or the person had a pre-knowledge that I'm going to betray this person somewhere along the line. Now, when you look back even to our Lord Jesus Christ, how he was betrayed, Judas already, he had taken the money, but he was just playing along. That's how a lot of betrayers are. They just play along. So now, what constitutes betrayal and how does it impact relationship generally? Well, some people will say, I've been betrayed once and after that I'm done. I don't do it again. Hands up. So what actually constitutes betrayal? Or what is the attitude behind betrayal? Why would somebody wake up and want to betray another person? How does it impact relationship generally?
I would say betrayal don't just start. It starts from the basic. Start from lying. You start lying. You start, abuse. You may think it's not, but it's you abuse the person, emotionally, your abandonment, you're not there for the person. Those kind of things is building. It's building. Just like we said, you're not there for the person, you abandon the person, you abuse the person emotionally, physically, you are not, even cheating part of it. Those things is building up the betrayer, is building, it don't just happen, this person betray me. For example, you can say, okay, these two friends, okay, I confided in you. Oh, my friend, this is what happened to me. I was down or something. And then the next minute she hears it from somebody. You already thought about it. You already heard, you calculated what you want to do, or you went to tell lies about a certain person. That has been betrayal. Or you painted it, you just, what they say, white lie. Like you painted, you sugar coated it. That is betrayal, because this person has trusted you. This person has believed that yes, you can actually be there for them. So how does it affect the relationship? It affects relationship a whole lot. There's some people that, like you said, cannot recover from betrayal. The first thing is loss of trust. They find it very hard to actually trust anyone again, even if it's even if it's their mom, even if their sister, even whatsoever. Not talk of committed relationship. If they lose interest in even being in another relationship, secondly, there's grief. They begin to, they're sad, they're depressed. It can lead to depression. Sometimes it might even lead to loss of life. We've heard of the story of the teenager that was rejected by his girlfriend and went to commit suicide. So those are the things that we see on the daily basis. Betrayal everybody and pain threshold are not the same. People take things in a different angle. Some people, what I can absorb is not what somebody else can absorb.
So I think there was a story of, a tertiary school individual, somewhere I think in Ghana also, that committed suicide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Now, but I want to ask, why do people betray? You see, I think it's beyond just it's beyond human thinking and saying, okay, I don't like this person, I want to just teach this person a lesson. I sit down and I ask that question: why do we betray ourselves, especially in our gender? Let me talk about our gender, our female gender. Why do we have that attitude of wanting to snitch, wanting to betray? Before you know it, someone, like you said, someone you've put your loyalty, your trust, everything to, and then you wake up one morning and that person stabs you at the back and it will hurt so deep. Why do people actually do that? What is the reason behind betrayal?
It all boils down to jealousy. Because that's just the integral part. Sometimes they may say they're not jealous, but it starts from the little of the things. You see, your friend got something, and instead of you to be happy for this person, you're like, yeah, you don't want to tell them, oh, you look good. Why? Because as you say, when you celebrate something, you attract it. But when you don't celebrate it, you are looking down on the person, or you are backbiting the person. Do you know how she got it? Trying to defame the person.
That's to watch that person's
Exactly. So I think it all boils down to jealousy. Jealousy is the root especially with our gender, like you said, we are so jealous of each other. I don't get it. I will preach about women supporting women all the time, but at the back door, they don't do that.
They don't do that. At the back door is something else.
Exactly. There's, one thing, like I told somebody, there's always a secret competition.
Deep down there,
there is secret at the face value, they'll be like
bestie.
Exactly. Do you understand? Like they are laughing with you, but deep down they want to be better. They will see an opportunity that would benefit both of you. They will hide it. They will want to do better. They want to be the go-getter, the one at the top, the one there. Let me be the one reigning. But it doesn't like this. It just, Davido would say something. We rise by lifting others. Because when you are growing, you don't know what will happen. Your friend will lift you up. But when you want to be the only one there, when you see that this person is actually bigger than you, you are going to come close and learn from this person. How did you do it? No. You start being jealous. You start, instigating, start talking, all sorts of things about them.
I have had my own share of betrayal, but I want to ask, have you had any share of betrayal? And I'm talking from girlfriend to girlfriend. Definitely every girl will say, I've had that one girlfriend. That girl. Oh my goodness. But have you had a share of betrayal from a female before? Like someone that you brought close to your corner, and not really betrayal, like in the sense of bringing it, like you just saw those signs and then you're like, this is something else.
Well, I haven't had though. Maybe because I don't expect so much from people, because that will also give you the leverage not to be betrayed. And then you know what you tell people. Like, yes, you are close to them, but there's also some certain level of, how will I call it? A certain level of secrecy. Like, you don't have to tell them everything, because yes, they are your besties, but you don't know people's hearts. You don't know what people might be thinking in their hearts, and they say they'll be happy, but in their hearts of hearts, they're not happy with you. So just anything that you know that will not come back to bite you at the back, so you can put it out there. So I haven't had any share yet. I haven't.
Anyway, I'm going to tell you one of my, we'll be right back. We're still discussing trust, loyalty, and betrayal. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We are discussing trust, loyalty, and betrayal. And of course, my guest, Mary Jones, is doing justice to today's topic now. We are streaming live on Facebook. You can check us on our YouTube page. Download the Galaxy mobile app so that you can watch us on the go. And a big shout out to our Star Times family, our Open family, our free to air. Everyone watching us from wherever you're watching us from. We appreciate you and we love you. If you've missed the first part of the conversation, don't worry yourself. Just go to our YouTube page and you're going to get a full package of what we are discussing this morning. Now back to what we were talking about, betrayal now. But how does loyalty, betrayal, and trust instigate in a relationship?
Okay, so let's take for example a guy and a lady. They were friends. They were friends, so they get to know each other, they trust each other, they know who this person is, and then the friendship blossomed and then, generated into a relationship. And then, they said it blossomed and everything was going well. And then suddenly, the man doesn't call anymore like he used to. His phone is now passworded, and suddenly he's no longer available. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm sorry, I'll call you. You start seeing some signs that are not there before. That will put suspicion in this person. So now her trust level is beginning to drop. It's beginning to drop. Like, okay, what's going on? This person is not going. Yeah. So what's going on here? So like she wants to know. And then, now, like they say, don't check phone. She started to check. And then, lo and behold, she sees and she confirms her suspicion. Now it has dropped automatically. Now the loyalty, she's not even loyal to him anymore. She doesn't trust him anymore, and automatically the love has dropped. So now that betrayal has caused a deep cut in the relationship. So it will not be, if she can't forgive, if she cannot, forgive, or she feel like it's unforgivable, the relationship will automatically end.
Now, I want to ask, sometimes people, we've talked about self-care, self-love, building your own identity, knowing who you are, understanding yourself. Before you even think of giving out love, you must first have love. That's always my sin, and I put it in here. I said, before I think of loving you, I should first love myself. I should first have that level of love to an extent that whatever I'm giving you, I'm not robbing myself of what I'm giving. Now, that brings me to my question now. How can we develop self-love and self-loyalty so that we can prepare our minds for relationship? Let me explain this. Sometimes you don't even trust yourself enough to trust another person. You've not gotten to that point that, oh, Joy, you can actually do this. So why should I put all my trust in another person? I talk about loyalty. Have I brought myself to that point of, am I loyal to my body? Am I being there for my own self? So why should I be there for another person? How do we prepare ourselves in self-trust and in self-loyalty so that whatever comes our way, you feel like, you know what? I have already dealt it by myself. So what you're pushing out to me doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I think to build self-love and loyalty, the first would be you should accept your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Like, accept the good, the bad, the ugly, things that you feel bad about yourself, things, the bad side of you that, oh, I'm this. Okay, some people feel insecure about themselves. Acceptance is the first step. Accept that, okay, this is what it is. And when you have accepted, the next step is to forgive yourself. If it's something that you feel you've done in the past, maybe you've not done something right, try to forgive yourself of your past hurts, of your past mistake. Try to move on, because it's only when you can forgive yourself and know that you're human enough and human make mistakes. That's the only one you can forgive, have forgiveness to give out to some other person. Also, I will feel like you should also love yourself. Give yourself love. Like, prioritize yourself. You get, when you want to do something, don't talk bad about yourself. Like, be positive. Like, give positive, exactly. Like, tell yourself every day, I am beautiful. Exactly. I can do it. Exactly. So, some things that you feel like you can't do, that you're not doing well. Maybe you should set like a reminder or a timer, but something to help you remember the things that you usually forget to do these things. And a result of that, maybe at work, as a result of that, you always get query for. Instead of which you look at yourself and talk down about yourself, you can put a reminder. Okay, please, I want to be reminded to do this at this time so that I can be able to achieve my goal. Also, you should not underestimate yourself. You should prioritize yourself, love yourself, give yourself room for improvement, because definitely there's always room for improvement. You will definitely do something wrong. So that you can improve yourself and, have also so much love to give. Once you can love yourself, you can work on yourself to be better. You'll be a better version of yourself. Like, you want something good, like you said, you should also be that good thing in that to give to someone.
Now, let's bring it to a young lady watching us this morning and maybe has just gone through or was served breakfast. And the person is thinking, what do I do? Now, what are the lessons one can learn from the experience of betrayal? Sometimes something happened. Okay, so let me share a very life story. Somebody came to me some time ago and explaining how she had put in everything to build a business with her girlfriend. And this was not even about the opposite sex. It was her girlfriend. They started the business. They had put in so much, and we got to that point where she said, okay, you know what? Why don't you be the forerunner? You are the one that is always out, and I will do the background check and everything and see how we can put resources. And in the process of her trusting, putting her loyalty, making sure that business works, this lady went ahead and changed all the documents, even to the business, and changed it without her consent, without her knowing. So she was still working with the mindset and intentionality that we are building something together, because it was a joint name. I think 6 months into the business, she discovered that she could no longer access phones, and after every time she said, "Oh, there will always be excuse." And then when she said, "Okay, fine, what's actually happening?" Then the shocker came that, "Oh, you're not even part of this business any longer." And She felt devastated. And she told me, I never had to say, joy. What is God teaching me all of this? What experience am I supposed to take of this? What lessons am I supposed to take out of this? So now I'm asking, what lessons can one pick from an experience of betrayal so that you don't see it happening again or reoccurring in the nearest future or happening to you around?
Okay, so I think the first thing is you should actually don't beat up yourself too much about it. You know, try to forgive yourself because you feel like you put yourself in that position for it to happen. And the next, I think you should set boundaries. Boundaries are very important. You know, set boundaries in family, relationship, whatsoever. Let there be boundaries. Prioritize yourself. Very important. Do not do something at the detriment of yourself because at the long run, just like you said, you have all you have got. Now that she had been thrown out of the business, she's just her. So she should learn to prioritize herself, learn to, prioritize yourself, learn to, love yourself more, learn to, give yourself opportunities to change. You know that you are hot. You know, give yourself room for improvement. Yeah, so give yourself room for improvement, prioritize yourself, and forgive yourself and set boundaries. Try to heal. Try to have a alone time. Sit down to reflect. Not just think of what happened, to reflect on, okay, what is it that I'm doing bad? What is it that I'm not doing well? So that I can improve on yourself. You understand? I think with that, you should be able to do better. And yeah.
Now, let's take it from the angle of self-love. And I love how you put everything. So it means that once you have that experience of betrayal, the first thing is not hitting yourself or beating yourself or trying to blame yourself for what you have no business blaming yourself.
Exactly.
How do we set boundaries? Because you did mention something, which is setting boundaries. And on Family and Values, the fan of Family and Values, we've talked about setting boundaries countless times. On Tuesday, we talked about limitations of comfort zone. And on Monday, we talked about acquaintanceship, the difference between a friend and an acquaintance, and it has to do with setting boundaries. Now, how do we set boundaries in loyalty and trust to avoid betrayal? Because I feel like if I've set my boundary and I say, Mary, do not cross here, I will be conscious of those boundaries. So when I see any little sign that you are crossing, I'll be able to caution you and say, hey, you're crossing the boundary. But a lot of people don't know how to set boundaries and stand by it. So how do we set boundaries and maintain those boundaries as we round up the shoulders?
Okay, so setting boundaries, first of all, you have to depend on if it's a business, if it's family. Like I said, before you set boundaries, you have to know that you are important. Prioritize yourself. Let nothing take away your peace. Let nothing take away your love. Anything that would make you uncomfortable, you should put it out there. Okay, this is a no-no for me, and you should stand by it. Okay, this is what I don't want, and irrespective of whoever it is, you should be able to stand by it. Stand by it, and yes, I am not going back on this. You know, I'm not going back on this. This is what I want to give, and this is what it should be. So, another way you could set boundaries is, another way you could set boundaries is actually deciding or spelling out the things that people do to hurt you, things that you don't want to see anymore, and you write them down and make sure that, yes, you abide by it. So that moving forward, when anyone comes and the person is trying to, go against what you lay down. Oh, it's a hold up. Yes.
It was written before.
Exactly.
But now, relationship wise, why is it that with all that is happening, our gender is still for victims of betrayal? You love a man, before you know it, sleeping with your best friend, girlfriend. And I was saying something. I was telling somebody. I said, before a lady will accept to sleep with her best friend or her friend's man, that means they've been in the process of admiration. Exactly. And like what you say, jealousy has started creeping in.
Exactly.
So that means I've sat down and I said, oh, I love the way this man takes care of how I reach out with that person.
Exactly.
And once that question of how I reach that community, now you start scheming your way to take off the other person into this. Now, in relationship, how do you set your boundaries when you see that your girlfriend is becoming too close to your man? And they say, trust. No, trust me. I don't, no. We are just friends. Nothing more. We are just friends. Please, how do we set boundaries in relationship to avoid stories that touches the heart?
Okay, setting boundaries relationship, I feel like, even if
now,
you,
without somebody thinking you're being overprotective. Because they say, you're being overprotective your man too much. Are you the only one? Now, how do we do that?
I feel like, okay, first of all, when you should have more alone time, exactly, with your spouse or your man, because more often the time you go for, crowd, like I say three is a crowd, you go for, I'm going out, my boyfriend is taking me out, my friend, my bestie, oh yeah, come with us. You don't know that this your bestie that is coming with you is seeing everything that this your guy. Do you understand? So have alone time. You guys should have your alone time, like your private time together. Spend more time with your partner. It shouldn't be always a crowd thing. And it's not every time you should, this, look at what you got for me. Look at, have secrecy. Like, let there be, let there be some privacy. It's not everything you post on social media. It's not everything you post on, you tell your friend, oh, he did this for me. Funny enough, it might even be the women doing this thing for them.
Yeah.
And they're
coming out
and they come around to tell you that it's the man. Then you now go and you now go and snatch the man. Unfortunately, he's not even doing what you expect him to do. So I feel like there should be privacy. There should be, you should cut some things that you do, like some things you tell your friends, not everything you tell your friend. Like reduce third party relationship, very important. We ladies, we like to do that. We like to gist our bestie. Hey, now. So please reduce a whole lot of that, because you don't know the heart of men. You don't. Definitely you don't.
All right. Thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Final word to our viewers this morning and how they can guard their hearts. Very important.
Okay, so I would tell you to love yourself. Very important. You need to love yourself. Have self-love. Know that you are the one. You are all you've got. You understand? Like it is me or nobody else. So try to improve yourself. Try to do better. Anything you think you can improve yourself to get better, to achieve better, please try to do it. Try to forgive yourself of past hurt. So that you can have a better relationship and you don't feel stuck. Because when you don't forgive yourself or forgive the person, you get stuck. You get stuck in that situation and you can't actually move forward. So forgive yourself, love yourself, prioritize yourself, set boundaries, and most definitely, I'm sure that you can build a healthy relationship. Thank you.
Yes, Mary is sure you can build a healthy relationship by the time you put all of that she has told you into practice. Wow, thank you so much for being a part of the show from Monday to Friday. I really appreciate to all production team, to the cameraman, to the MC. Irma, thank you. Well done. I greet you specially. Well done. To my supervising producer, Taslima Jai, to Mr. Adewale, oh my God, and to my co-host, Olori Mama Jenzi AJ. I miss you. Next week, I will be rolling this boat alone because her leave is still extended. I'll see you next week. Have a great, great weekend, because for me, it's going to be a stressed weekend. I will be doing a lot of activities this weekend. Stay safe out there. I am Princess Joy Ayo Abu. My name, my heritage, my culture. See you next week. Bye.